Alright everyone, welcome to the first video tutorial of adding and subtracting rational expressions. Now, what we're going to learn in this video is how to find the LCD, or the least common denominator, of a set of rational expressions. So let's start with this example. Let's say we've got 1 over 12a squared b, and let's say we've also got 15 a, b, c, and let's go 1 over 8 b cubed c to the 4th. Okay, and we're told to find the least common denominator of these three rational expressions. So what we're going to do first is we're going to start with our numbers, okay? And we're going to find the LCM, or the least common multiple. In other words, what number do 12, 15, and 8 all go into, okay? Now this is really easy to do. All you do is line up your numbers and factor each one, okay, into its most basic form. So 12 is 4 times 3, and 4 is 2 times 2. So this factor would be 2, 2, 3. And 15 is pretty easy. It's just 3 times 5. And 8 is 2 times 4. Well, 4 is 2 times 2. So 8 is 2, 2, 2. Now, to figure out the LCM, what you do is you write each factor, but you write it down which time it appears the most. Okay, so let's start with 2. 2 appears here twice, but 2 appears here 3 times. So we're going to use 2 times 2 times 2. Okay? 3 appears once here and once here, so it's only going to appear once in our LCM. And 5 appears once, and that's it. So it's going to appear once in our LCM. Well, 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 5 gives us 120. And that is our LCM for 12, 15, and 8. So, we're off to a good start. Our LCD, let's write that again, LCD. So far we've got 120. So now, move on over to our first variable. Okay, it's A. What we're going to do is we're going to write down the variable with the highest power. So here's A squared, A, and no A. So our highest variable of A is A squared. Okay, move on over to B. Here we've got B, B, and B cubed. Well, our winner is B cubed. Now let's move over to C. Here we've got C, no C. Then over here we've got C to the 4th. So naturally our winner is C to the 4th. And that right there would be our least common denominator. Okay? Now, let's do another example using this. Let's say instead, now this time, we've got, let's do 1 over 4a squared minus 12a minus 16. And then our other one is a cubed, let's go minus 9a squared, and then let's go plus 20a. Okay, and we're told to find the least common denominator of these two rational expressions. Well, as you can see, this is going to work a little different because now we've got a polynomial in the denominator as opposed to a monomial in our last example. So what we do is we are going to factor each of our denominators. Okay? So let's bring 4a squared minus 12a minus 16 down. Now let's factor it. Well, what we can do first is we can take a 4 out. So that leaves us with a squared minus 3a minus 4. Well, now we can factor this. This is pretty easy. Factors of negative 4 that add up to negative 3. Well, that would give me a minus 4 and a plus 3. So we're good here. We factored this denominator. Now let's come over here. Let's bring this down. We've got a cubed minus 9a squared plus 20a. Well, first thing we can do, just like we did over here, we can take out a 4. Here we can take out an a. So that gives us a squared minus 9a plus 20. And we can factor this, factors of 20 that add up to negative 9. Okay? Well, that's going to give us a minus 5 and a minus 4. So, first step, factor each of our denominators. Done. So now what we're going to do, same thing as we did before, we're going to write for our LCD each factor whichever time it appears the most. Okay? So here's 4. 4 appears once and none. So once is how many times it's going to appear in our LCD. Now over here, let's look at A. A by itself appears once here and no other time. So A is going to appear once in our LCD. Move over to a minus 4. A minus 4 appears once here and once here. So it appears once in our LCD. And a plus 3 appears once here and none here, so it appears once in our LCD. And then lastly, a minus 5. It appears once here and none here, so it appears once in our LCD. And that right there would be your final answer.